Hello everyone, Charles Moon here with Prosper Trading Academy, bringing you a little bit of content today. And before we get started, we want you folks to know that when you trade stock or stock options, there is an absolute risk. So let me just state that all stock and stock options trading involves a substantial degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. And now we got that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Two names I want to bring to the table. One of them is Facebook. Facebook obviously is littered through the news. Zuckerberg, the owner and creator of Facebook, is meeting with the House Committee, of course, on, well, they have a lot of questions, and it's really just breaking down to public safety is how they're going to kind of really spin this. It's a privacy issue, but I just want people to realize that it's not just Facebook. I hope you understand that your data is ever so apparent on in the internet world, because if you use Amazon or Microsoft or Apple, or if you use Google Android or Google in general or Twitter, or any of these sites that takes your information down and has the ability to track you. Some of it will be requesting through, like, for example, turning on your GPS ping. Um, these companies all have your information. I hate to say this. So, once the overall markets really absorbs that information, what is the next move for Facebook? From a trading standpoint, to me, this like 162 price level is going to be extremely important that they close above this level here and then they hold. This is where they've really been facing some offhanded selling, whether it's risk off or very aggressive market entry sellers short term. But it is coming off of a weaker low on a high volume area range, and it's also centralized right around this 150 price. The low of April 4th was right around 150 halves, and now it's starting to find that support at 156, which so happened to be right around the highs of March 28th. And that said, April 4th, it's just right around that particular level. So we could see a squeeze. Long term, it's not like Facebook's going to stop making billions of dollars. I do believe for the next few quarters they may have to downgrade their guidance, um, even if they beat their numbers, just because of the fallout, people opting out of, Facebook having their information. But in the longer term, this is an opportunity of getting in ground floor with great upside potential. Now, is there downside risk? Of course. Facebook's one of those momentum names that you have to consider how fast they've gone up and where they're currently at based on their historical chart. However, in the grand scheme of things, Facebook's not going to go away. People are not going to, hate on Facebook. They still actively use it. People are still more concerned about what's happening in the news regarding Russia and our POTUS and trade wars as opposed to this actual equity name itself. So it's something to keep an eye on. I'm going to give a shout out to my man, Mr. Mike General Patton here, one of our instructors at Prosper Trading Academy. Him and I have been tracking Monsanto for quite some time. He's been the only one that's been actively trading this, and he knew exactly when this was going to quote unquote get ready for its move, because he's been following this like it's his own stepchild, so to speak. Maybe it's offhand, maybe he watches it very closely and loves it. However, this is just a name that he absolutely knows. And sure enough, look at what it did today. It went on halt right around 1251 at 125.14, I believe. And there was that explosive move. I'll pull this up on the 1 minute chart. It's obviously consolidated. I'm sorry, it was at 118s. and it went from 118 to basically 126 in about a 25, 30-second period. Now, they're not at their projected buyout price with Bayer. I believe Mike had said it's around 128, and it's slowly pulled off. And they're not completely out of their woods. There's still some legal hurdles that they're going to have to climb over for this deal to get through. But this is one step closer. Massive buying coming into play. And because of this one step on the dip, it just leads to a more predictable outcome and upside opportunity. Now, that being said, if the deal does collapse, you could see a collapse in the stock price. That was the fears on this day when it ended up slamming down. But sure enough, when the buy side information comes in, this move is trumped by this move. In essence, this is a $7.10 range, $9.39. So at some point in time, buyers are immensely believing that this deal is going to go through, hence the reaction today. So keep an eye on Facebook, keep an eye on Monsanto. I may have failed to mention, but Facebook has gotten some very high call volume, whether it's outright call buying, whether they are spread plays. This has been spread out from this monthly, which is April, all the way out to SEP. So keep an eye on this. People are really believing that the stock name is going to rally back, and the big money traders, aka the institutional traders, are putting their money where their mouth is. So I love the upside potential in both of these names. While I actually technically have a sell signal here, it gets above 162, and I think it's a fast recovery towards that 170, 173 price. Fast, not instantaneously, but fast as in sooner than you would expect, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time today. Again, this is Charles Moon with Prosper Trading Academy. If you like more information, please check us out at prospertrading.com. Follow us on Facebook at Prosper Trading Academy. Follow us on Twitter at Prosper Trading. Set those notifications. Click on those likes to get us pumped up onto your news feed so you get this information first. Thank you for your time, everyone.